wanted that moment that they thought was going to be something that it really kind of wasn't in a lot of ways. Yeah, it was. I mean, was it that unique? Was it that special? Seeing that, I was kind of, I don't know. I thought it was quite cheesy, the whole thing, and it looked so bloody awkward as well. I mean, it wasn't quite like Edge and Lita, was it? This was a different ball game altogether. You know, she's slapping his backside, and then she's holding the rope for him, and he's like, "You're the man." And you know, it's almost like if anyone's suffering out there between the four, I felt like it was Seth Rollins. I felt like, you know, it was kind of a good moment for Becky to be out there at the end, and Lacey Evans definitely, and 100% Baron Corbin. But for Seth Rollins, I felt most sorry for him, because I felt like he was the guy that just, I don't know what he was trying to get across. But yeah, they tried to get this moment, and I think they thought, oh wow, social media's going to blow up crazy. You know, they've actually, you know, they've now put it on our screens. It's official. But for me, it really wasn't a big deal. If I'm quite honest, especially in this day and age of social media. We have known about this since the Hall of Fame they were sitting together, Matt. So it's not like it's not like the only time they've done that on WWE TV. So I don't know why they would think it was such a big thing to do. I get on paper what they were trying to go for, but I felt it was a little bit cheesy for me. In this day and age, and it's always fascinating to see what relationships they're willing to put across, and the relationships that they kind of just shy away from, and if anything, a bit like Rusev and Lana. I mean, they try and put Dolph in the middle of it all, so it's very strange, isn't it, sometimes with stuff like that. That match going 18 minutes, 25 minutes. 18 minutes, 25 seconds, should I say, for that one to finish up. Overall, as a show, Matt, how did you rank it? Was it enjoyable, or was this just another pay-per-view that we could have done without, or was this worth having?
It was definitely one that wasn't necessary, but I feel like as far as those ones go, it was a good one. I feel like the matches did surprise, although there was, like we said, a lot of rehashes of feuds that should have been over by now. It did kind of outperform itself on that level. So, you know, as far as it goes, you know, if it's on the network and it's there to watch, it was a good one to actually sit down and watch. It wasn't like one of those ones where you got to the end of it and thought, wow, what a waste of like 3.5 hours of my life.
Yeah, I feel like the only... if we didn't have Super Showdown, this would have been much better, in my opinion. But the fact that we had Super Showdown like 2 weeks before it, and clearly Super Showdown was the one where there was more investment in it, I feel like it kind of just hindered this pay-per-view a little bit. You know, 2 weeks worth of build-up, can't really do a lot. And, you know, most of the matches we've seen beforehand, that's just the shame of it, I suppose. Okay, so we put a poll out as well on SoundCloud and Facebook about what people thought about the show as well, Matt. So I'm just going to see where we're up to on that currently as well. If you bear with me 1 second. To do that, we've been doing a few polls now, and good little bit of feedback. It's very interesting to see where people, what they think of it as well, of this one, and I'll tell you that much now. So let's just find out exactly what it is as we're recording this live, because it changes a lot. Well, you couldn't get much closer than this. So Stomping Ground, thumbs up on Facebook, by the way. We have 50.4, Matt, in favour of thumbs up, and 49.6 of thumbs down. So that's how close it is. So a very split, I would say, on that. And SoundCloud, 52% up and 48 down. So very, very close. So it's interesting to see, Matt, that our audience in this sense are very much in between. There's one half that really didn't like it and one half that did enjoy it. So it's I suppose it's a fair one, but it does go to show you where they see. That's always interesting, but very, very close there on that one as well. Moving on now, then, Matt. It's the of course as we look further ahead. Raw now. Last night threw up a big surprise in it. The Undertaker returning, Matt. What did you make of that? And where
that was surprising.
or should I say, not just returning, but where he returned. And I think that was the bigger thing, wasn't it? Really, what is he actually doing? And now, of course, we found out that he is going to be involved in Extreme Rules as a tag team partner to Roman Reigns, up against, of course, the best in the world, Shane McMahon, and the only undefeated man on the roster of 2019, I might add. And of course he's his hench guard, Drew McIntyre. It feels like Kevin Nash at the moment for him and Shawn Michaels. What a place to come back on, Matt. But I mean, God dear. I mean, it's great to have the Undertaker back. I'm not going to doubt. I'm not dissing that. But what a spot to have him in doing this. It seems really odd that Roman couldn't take out both these guys, especially Shane. Shane should not be considered a huge threat in this, should he?
No, not really. And it comes back to the pay-per-view, isn't it? When Shane McMahon got a win over Roman, but Drew doesn't. And it's kind of like, where are they taking this? Why are they booking him so strong? And you said in the previous show as well, this is not the classic kind of formula, because this is not how Vince would have done it, is it? It's not really, he may be coming up with ideas now, but this wasn't how he booked himself. No. He would make himself look weak and vulnerable, and that's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see someone get their hands on him, but it's making it almost look like Shane's very capable, especially when we're seeing him take so many stunts anyway. It's hard to undo all of that. So the whole character that he is now, it's kind of very different from how he used to be, and it's really not coming together as perhaps they think it might. It's not building towards any great WrestleMania match, I want to say, even though that is becoming a common theme now that he appears there.
Yeah, I for some reason I just got a feeling, next thing they'll do is have the belt on him. I mean, I don't rule it out at this point. I mean, where are they going with this kind of protecting? And there's no way either. I mean, look, he just beat Roman Reigns. No way Vince McMahon would have beat Steve Austin like that back in the day. Not like that. It would have been by some crazy hook and crook screw job. But not the way, even with Drew out there, not like that. It just wouldn't have happened. So, yeah, I'm very surprised about this whole stuff, and the fact that we've already, think about the Undertaker and Shane, Matt, from Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. Oh, God. Who'd ever think we'd have to see this again? Yep, we're gonna. I don't know what to make of it. I just think I'm kind of glad that Roman's not in the title picture all the time, and that's good. But man, this is just I don't know. I don't know where the end payoff to all this is. Is it, Roman and Shane again, or is this, going to go all the way for Shane to win that belt? I mean, I don't know. I can just see them being really screwy and kind of, getting it off Kofi that way, and thinking that, Shane will have the most heat, but that's not a wrestler, and it certainly won't do good for anybody else. So, yeah, it was a very strange move for me. On that again, I did put a poll out about what people felt. Were they excited to see the Undertaker return to Raw? As it stands now, Matt, 61% yes, 39% down on that one, thumbs down. So a little bit more of a reflection there, but not a great deal more. But I think that's purely because of the situation he's in. I mean, if it was something, everyone, when he first come back, I got a lot of emails through, Matt, and everyone was saying, this is Bray Wyatt, this is what he's going to do. Finally, they found something. The Undertaker's going to be able to put him over this time. No, of course they haven't. They're putting him in with this. And I was like, what a pointless thing. The best thing Bray Wyatt can do, Matt, is to fake an injury at this point, so that he doesn't have to be on TV. Because the moment he turns up there is the moment it'll all go wrong and the momentum will stop. So if I was Bray, I'd fake an injury and just stay on that TV stuff. Just run the commercials, run the little videos. Because you got more chance of getting over like that than you have on this flipping TV of late, I'll tell you. So yeah, a little bit of a shame there. I felt for poor old, what the Undertaker could have been used for better. I feel if you are going to have him there. Something else that did change this week, Matt. I don't know if you noticed the format, the formula was changed. The fact that WWE announced that they are no longer. I mean, how long has this taken them to figure out? They're no longer going to have matches running through the commercial break. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I could have told them that years ago. How many times we went there and you'd have to wait. The guy falls to the outside and the ref indicates to the bloody guy with the earpiece, and then, we'll do nothing for 2-3 minutes. And now we're back on, so we're getting a ring again. Yeah, that is just a nightmare for the live audience, first of all, and they wonder why the atmosphere isn't so great. And secondly, I mean, it just makes wrestling even, just become a TV show when you start doing that. Now, granted, in the Attitude Era, the matches were a lot quicker. And the reason they were quicker is because they never had a match run over the commercial. But do you know what? I've got to be honest with you. I didn't mind one bit because I like to see everything. And it makes me feel like I'm not going to miss anything. Now, if you say to me, we'll be back right after this. And then they have to bring you up to speed. This happened in the commercial break. They might show you like one replay of something they do. It's like that tells me as an audience that this isn't that important. If you're not even going to air it on TV, what is the point of me coming back for it? So I'm in favour of it, but I do feel like the way they were doing it, unfortunately, unlike the Attitude Era, they were just using up more guys but having less stuff to do. I mean, that's what it felt like on Raw. I was happy they weren't doing the commercials, but at the same time I was thinking, all these guys I keep seeing come out next. I'm thinking, blimey, they've got nothing to do. That was the only problem for me. And yet we've never seen, Matt, as many titles as we have now. And in the Attitude Era, I mean, it was about 20% of what they got now, but it still seemed a little bit more that everyone was doing something at any level. Now it feels like it's very difficult to see where everything's going. So that was my only problem on that one. And of course, what about this weird now, the wild card rule, Matt? Are we giving up on this now? What is going on with this? Joe, now I'm supposed to expect Samoa Joe's on Raw, yeah? Is he on Raw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He's now challenging...
This is the problem's created. We don't even know who's on what show anymore.
He's now going up against Kofi. So, I'm not thinking, what the heck? So, he's going against Kofi, a guy... So, Samoa Joe, who has had a terrible record this year, is now getting a title shot. I know that it's all down because of the attacks and all the rest of it. But, I mean, this just wouldn't have happened in the past. There is no steam on Joe. He's just lost to Ricochet. And now he's going for the main title. It's ridiculous. And it's all this appeals to is the sort of indie-based fans like us, like me, for instance, that like Joe, and I want to see him at the top. Yes, it appeals for me. But in the bigger audience, if I'm a kid, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, he just lost last night. Now he's a threat to the champion. What is that telling the audience, the mainstream audience, about the first of all, the identity of the WWE title? Like, it can't be that great if this guy's just able to ambush him and that's it, it's just going to happen. And also the level of threat. I mean, honestly, I'm all for Joe in that position, and he can do it because he pulled it off a few years ago when he was in that program at the top. But Matt, I mean, what has happened to building guys up and getting them ready for this? Because surely years gone by, he'd lose the title, but then you'd have like 2 months worth of building Samoa Joe up, get a few big wins under your belt, and then go for it. And we feel like it's a huge threat, but with no momentum. I mean, it just feels like it's just worthless to watch. What did you think of them deciding that? And I'll try and find out what roster actually Joe is on. Why you say?
I think he is on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is stupid. It just feels like selecting the next person that can be easily beaten and is quite inconsequential without actually stepping up to someone exciting and was a threat. As like you said before,